You're watching the Retirement Halftime Show. Host Alexander Joyce with me, co-anchor Andrea Moorhead. She's our community impact anchor. And you recently did a super cool story at Oinking Acres, right on the west side of Indy, and getting money.
Yes.
Big pigs.
Big pigs. Big potbelly pigs. Yeah.
Tell us about it.
You know what? One thing that I learned during this story is that, there's a lot of compassionate heart that we all should have for animals. I learned that pigs are not just pigs for, people want to eat bacon and pork and all that stuff, but they can be pets as well. And they need the same kind of love and compassion that we give our dogs as well as our cats. And so imagine this 14-year-old girl who loved pigs, and her love for pigs has now turned into saving pigs as well as other animals. Take a look. Every pig for you has a backstory.
Yep.
So who's here?
So over here we have some of our resident pigs. This is TT. We've had him since February of 2020.
And meet 14-year-old Livy.
She came to us after her owners passed away and no one else in the family was able to care for her.
Next door is 15-year-old Clyde.
He came from Montgomery County Animal Welfare League. He was surrendered there when his previous owners could no longer take care of him. All he does is eat and sleep.
He's retired.
He's retired. He is.
Yeah. Across the street from the pink mailbox on North County Road in Brownsburg, you'll find a farm like no other. Olivia has been true to her love for pigs since she was 14 years old.
And I stumbled across this organization called A Critter's Chance. I submitted my application, I adopted a pig from them. Then I started fostering pigs for them, and the first 4 that I ever fostered, I ended up keeping.
At 16, she founded her own nonprofit, Oinking Acres Farm Rescue and Sanctuary, where abused and neglected animals find comfort. With her mother's help,
and peacocks will tend to roam. So if you get them in any area in the city, then they'll roam.
They'll roam. Providing a loving home is Olivia's passion and life's calling.
Our goal is to take these animals in, rehabilitate them enough to the point of adoption, and then find them wonderful qualified homes.
Believe it or not, they get up to 20 surrender requests a week about unwanted animals, primarily pigs. Oftentimes, owners believe their so-called teacup pig, which doesn't exist, will remain small and easy to manage.
This is what a full-grown teacup micro mini pixie pig looks like 14 years later.
A big pig.
Yes.
And don't be fooled by the perception that pigs stink and are dirty.
Pigs are actually very clean animals. They're highly intelligent. They're the 3rd smartest animal in the animal kingdom, following dolphins and orangutans. And there's been tests and studies done to show that pigs can actually outperform a 5-year-old child on a cognitive test.
I also learned pigs are pets. Like a dog, they wag their tails when they're happy. Pigs have feelings, and they do cry. They cry tears.
We had one pig come in. Her name was Luna. Her people dropped her off, put her in the stall, and left. And she laid there. And at first I thought she was having a seizure. She was violently shaking. But when I got up on her, you could visibly see her crying. She was distraught that her people had just dropped her here and left her. She had no idea what was going on. And so I was 15 years old at the time. That was the first time that I had ever encountered something like that. And it is something that I will never forget as long as I live.
Each month, operating costs to cover food, hay, straw, supplies, bedding, and vet bills total $16,000 to $20,000.
We receive wonderful care from Purdue. I've taken in so many animals there that probably should not have lived, but they walk out of the clinic about 2 weeks later.
They don't receive any municipal, city, or government funding. Your donations keep the barn doors open.
We have a sponsorship page set up through Patreon. It's a wonderful way to symbolically adopt an animal that already lives here at the farm.
With a 5-year plan to expand the farm to include a medical barn, funding and volunteers are welcomed.
Anybody that is maybe retired and has some off time or would just like to spend some time with the animals and make their community a better place, we can always use volunteers.
Other things that you could use, I'm looking at blankets and all of that. We're talking about that.
Blankets, towels, comforters, sheets. Anybody that's local that would like to drop items off, like produce. The pigs love snacks like Cheerios, Fruit Loops, watermelon.
Your gift cards from big box home improvement stores are used to make structural improvements.
We do have PayPal and Venmo. Those handles or QR codes are on our website. We can also accept checks if someone would like to send them to the farm. Our address is listed on our website as well.
Physical and emotional wellness for all animals at Oinking Acres is Olivia's mission. I'm a little scared.
Don't be scared.
Don't be scared?
Yep. He takes them very gently. Some of them don't.
Oh, I'm scared.
You can just set him down for him. He'll find them.
There you go, Clyde. Clyde and his other farm mates teach us the power of love.
Be kind in everything you do, the way that you speak, the way that you act, the way that you go about your life. Do it in a kindly manner because everybody needs kindness.
Including pigs.
Yes, including the pigs.
I am so grateful for Olivia and her mother. They were just absolutely wonderful to meet. And I just love her attitude of perseverance and resiliency. And she says this is literally her calling. This is all she ever sees herself doing for the rest of her life. And so kudos to you, kudos to you.
That's
and
awesome.
if you want to learn more information about Oinking Acres, just go to our website at ReJoyceFinancial.com/Andrea.
Thank you, Andrea. You're watching the Retirement Halftime Show. Stay tuned, folks. There's more show to come.